Hello everyone. Today on this YouTube channel Military Mantra, we are having a very special guest, Colonel Ashokan, former GTO and a director of Institute Olive Green from Chandigarh. Today we are going to discuss two topics basically. One is the personality grooming and shaping your qualities to clear SSB, and the second one is career options as a commissioned officer in armed forces. So first of all, thank you sir for coming to our platform.
Thank you. Welcome. You're welcome.
And this session will help a lot of the defense aspirants who are preparing for armed forces.
Yes, in fact, in this lockdown period also, I have noticed there is a lot of enthusiasm to join the armed forces because maybe because we have a threat from the Chinese borders. There is a lot of patriotism, bubbling up, and there is a lot of enthusiasm among the youngsters. So we had a lot of inquiries coming from all over country to join the armed forces.
Sir, basically, let's start with the leadership, sir. So, what does it mean to be leader in armed forces, sir?
You see, I will start with a very simple example. When we look at the trainees, or rather we look at the candidates coming to SSB, we generally say, the assessors, we say, we are not going to take a sheep among a bunch of sheep. We are looking for a shepherd. So you are a sheep, you are a follower. So how you become a follower or how you become a leader is the role you accept in your life. What controls that is your conditioning happen in your life. Say you have been subdued by your parents from the childhood. The environment you are, growing up is giving you a lot of, pressure on not to come out with their own feelings and thoughts. Normally you will find the child becomes a follower material. That is what called a sheep. But you are a sheep when you come to SSB. You have done some coaching to improve yourself, but basically in the heart, in the core of the heart, you are a follower material. We will immediately catch you up and then we will not select you. Simple as that. So you should know what are we looking at. We are looking for a shepherd, and the shepherd is who will lead the sheep in the safest path away from dangers and to the destination. So this is simply what I call a leadership, right? So leadership has got so many definitions. Everybody knows what is leadership, but what kind of leadership we are looking in the army would be a very different kind of leadership, which you generally find in the corporate world. In the corporate world, for example, a leader means who can, inspire people to buy their products. You got it? So it is mostly market oriented, money oriented. That is leadership in the corporations. But here, we are not looking at that. For us, leadership means an overall, balanced personality. We call it holistic personality with 15 officer-like qualities we are looking for. Okay, say a simple example. For a corporate leader, nobody is bothered about whether he is courageous or not. But we are very concerned about the courage factor. Courage is slightly missing. He suddenly come under stress whenever faced with a difficult situation, and he basically is a cowardized kind of person. Then we may not select that person. You got it? So corporate leadership and military leadership, there is so much of difference. However, when we select the candidates, we are not looking at the finished product. We are looking at the raw material stage, like a potter looking at the clay, right? So at this point of time, I'm not wanting the finished product, but the quality of the raw material should be commensurated to my expectation of the final product. So that is why when we select, we are looking at the raw material stage. So the selection is not very hard, but definitely I would like to have more clay than the impurities like mud. So that is where a good training comes to play. That is how, if you got a good training to back up with good background or with good foundation, the candidate can come up to the expected level in a duration which we can specify as per the takeoff level. You got the point clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If a person has dream of joining armed forces as an officer, then from where he or she should start preparing for? Because everyone has qualities, but they are of different level.
I got your point clear. This is a very important question which every candidate or every aspirant should ask himself or herself. That is the starting point. So when I talk about preparation stage, I would like to give three major, key factors. Right? Thing is, it's like running a race. It's like running a race. Say you are preparing to run a race. First thing is to understand the starting point, which is a starting line. Or what is the starting point? Can you run this race? It's not possible. Now, the second point you must understand is where is the finishing line, which is our destination point. So, it's very important to understand for a candidate or a runner for that matter to understand the finish line also. Now, having understood the start line and finish line, you will find a gap, the route. So, now it is very important to understand what is the route to be followed, right? So, but this is not like a running an actual race, because for every candidate you will understand, or every aspirant you will understand, the starting point is entirely individualistically different. It is not the same lane altogether. Why? Because everybody's pickup points are different. As you just mentioned, everybody's grooming factors, their conditioning happen in their lives, so their starting points are very much different. Okay, so now there is a requirement to understand how to reach the destination by choosing the right path. So a candidate gets generally confused when he is standing at that juncture. There are so many paths going by, given by so many people, so many intermediate, multimedia channels, so many advices given to the candidate. There are lot many people to advise always in life. So generally you will find the candidate is confused because he doesn't know which is the right path which will take him to the destination, right? Because the path is unknown. So this is where the candidate need to have the right kind of information and right kind of feedbacks for him. So what I suggest is very important to understand the path to be followed and the difficulty levels in the path. For example, you are running through an unfamiliar track. There can be, pits in the road. There can be slippery grounds. There can be a gradient. There can be a slippery road. There can be a unexpected curve coming inside. See, so once you understand the route properly, it is easier for the candidates to reach the goal. That is the SSB standards. Now, so this is where a good mentor comes to play, a good trainer comes to play. So what is happening right now is most of the candidates are getting coached rather than getting trained. This is a major, malice which is happening in this kind of youth world, because mostly we all say SSB coaching. We all say SSB coaching karna hai. But that itself is a wrong terminology. The moment you are coached, that means you are artificially getting prepared to present your personality in a desired manner. So the moment you start coaching, what are you doing? You are trying to learn the answers, you are trying to learn the solutions, you are trying to learn from an instructor or from a particularly tuned answers of an academy. What will happen? You are trying to project the image which is made by the academy or which made by the instructor himself. So what is the pitfall here is you start going there and projecting somebody else's personality, not your personality, because you are wearing a mask. Whose mask? Your instructor's mask. So what will happen? You are aping the instructor's answers. You are borrowing the thoughts of your instructor or your coaching person who has arrived as a coach. Now, another thing is happening is the candidate doesn't know how to project his own thoughts, his own attitude, his own moral values, his own, logical mind. He's not doing, because he feels that the interviewing officer or the interview board will be impressed by giving the best solution. This is a very big mistake which the candidate is doing. It is totally non-productive. The candidate should never look for what is the best answer. He should look for what is his own answer. He should be able to express his own mind. This is where the training comes. You should know this is what is the exact way the training should happen for the candidate. With our team, we are a core team of 3 main officers, and we have quite a big team now of 15 officers who are all SSB qualified. We try to endeavor to do this kind of training aspect to the candidate rather than he getting into a coached mode. Why we are going to coached mode, you should know, because from childhood till today, uh, we are all getting into this system of coaching because the whole educational system is on coaching methodology. So the pedagogy, the teaching methodology is coaching actually, which is happening here. From childhood till today, we have been cramming up examination papers. We have got a textbook for everything. We got a syllabus for everything. Whereas there is a teacher to teach the syllabus. So, we got into a tuning of our mind for by hearting everything and reproducing in the examination hall. This is a major problem which we face when we come to the SSB level. Because in the SSB, we abhor seeing such kind of coached candidates. That is one of the reasons the selection rate is abysmally poor. In the screening stage, we are only taking 30%, maybe many times 20% only. After that, the selection rate reduces to a minuscule 4%, maybe 5%. That is the yearly average. So this is a very pathetic situation right now because the candidates are mostly misguided by most of the coaching academies. I'm sorry to say I'm not against anybody. Don't think that I'm selling my product here. This is a fact which I feel very concerned about. That is why in most of the forums, whenever I get a chance to speak, I would like to tell the youth today how you must prepare to reach this level which we are looking for. But I would like to tell the candidates how you start from nothing, like zero level se aap kaise improve karke you can reach the SSB level. It takes nothing more than 6 months time. Somebody feels that in 2 weeks you can change somebody's personality. It is absolutely foolish. It is not possible. 2 weeks you cannot change anybody's personalities. There is no Harry Potter's wand here. You just rotate it and point and give a mantra and it becomes an officer. It's not possible. So, the point I want to tell you is a right grooming is very, very important. So that is what I would like to explain today.
Sir, there is one thing that as you talked about personality, sir. Sir, what is the importance of having a dream in life and in a personality? How it helps in improving personality, sir? A dream.
Very, very good question. Very relevant for today's discussion. You see, there is a huge difference between dream and a goal. We all have dreams. We all have dreams. Now, once our Prime Minister's background is world famous, chai wala, that's what people say. So every chai wala dreams to become a Prime Minister. You see? So he is a outstanding, unique leader. But dreams got no limit. Everybody can dream anything. Fantasizing is our basic hobby these days. So what is the difference between dream and a goal? That is what I want to tell you. I'll take 1 minute on this. If you read The Chariots of Fire by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also has spoken about it. He says a dream is what you see in your sleep, but the real dream, which actually is the goal in your life, will be a fire in the belly and which will not allow you to sleep. Which will not allow you to sleep. It is always in your mind. It's a fixation in the mind. It will be giving you most of the time a real good focus in life. So what I want to tell you is dream is something like a mirage. And what's a mirage? You keep running towards it, you'll keep moving away from it. Okay. Why it's a mirage? Because we generally dream and sleep over our dream. We don't work towards the dream. We don't work practically towards the dream. Mostly we are fantasizing and the real work or the real practical approach is missing. So what will happen? Your dream will remain a dream till such time you go to the grave. However, when you start moving towards this dream purposefully, practically, and with a lot of logical input into it, slowly at one point of time, this dream will turn into a goal. And what is a goal? Goal is reachable. Dream is unreachable. So this is the difference between dream and a goal. So I'll give a very simple example to you. You know, I just tell this example many times to small children actually. I say, you want to eat a mango, ripe mango, you know, its fragrance is coming from the tree and it is in the tree, in the mango tree. Now we want to eat that mango. You're very hungry and you are itching for it. But you don't want to climb that tree. So what do? You lie down under the tree and open your mouth and expect the mango to fall on your fall into your mouth or fall near you. And you are keep watching that. But you don't want to climb because you are lazy. So what will happen? A bird will come and eat this mango and fly away. But if you really want to eat that mango, either you know how to climb the tree. If you don't know how to climb the tree, you have to at least get a ladder. So you don't have to climb the tree, but there is a method. So you do that, then this goal will appear from the dream of eating the mango. So this is a simple example I give to very small kids so they understand what is a dream and what's a goal. Now you got it now?
Yes, sir. And I believe that mango example will be for youngsters also and for the defense aspirants also, sir. Because that mango will be the SSB, sir.
Yes, it's for everybody I'm saying. It's a simple example. So what I'm doing, as a trainer, I will train these people to climb the tree. I am not going to pluck the mango and give it to him. But I will train him to how to climb the tree. Now it is his job to climb and get the mango. You got it?
Sir, we are having a lot of participants here. All of them are defense aspirants. So I believe let's take a few of the questions from them. Any doubt related to SSB?
Yes, you're all welcome.
Guys, you can ask any question to our sir. Yeah, I believe Rishabh have a question.
Rishabh,
yes, sir,
you be the first one.
Yes, sir, I do have a question. Sir, since in all my SSBs, I have faced this very tricky question, and I have always been trapped in this question. So there has been a very sharp decline in my 10th percentage and +2 percentage. So I always feel trapped in this question.
You know why you are getting trapped in the question? Because you try to fudge the answer. You're not telling the truth, yes, probably many times. And because you see, the moment you don't tell the truth, no, interviewing officer is very sharp. He will catch you on this. So I would suggest you tell the truth, but little sugar-coated truth. Don't, for example, suppose say you got into bad company, I'm just giving, I'm not you, any boy who had a 90% holder, he goes to college and he gets into a drug habit, suppose. Ho sakta hai. There are so many cases like that. So, because of that, he lost his mark, suppose. Obviously. Now you tell the interviewing officer, sir, I got into drugs and I lost my marks. Definitely, I will not like to take you. The reason is, now in my mind as a selector, I am thinking, yaar, ye banda drug ki aadat mein tha, abhi to chhut gaya, fine. But ye ho sakta hai, army mein jaake bhi ye dobara usme ja sakta hai. You understand my point? Yes, so such kind of, serious issues is the reason behind this mark drop. So you need to be a little careful. Okay. Otherwise, small things like you got into, you are coming from a very restricted kind of family environment. Suddenly you got freedom. So you have been bunking classes and seeing some movies and all. This what normally happens. We also have done it. You think that we are not coming from Mars here. We are also from here. We are also gone through your age group. And we also have done it. So don't think that ki isme bhi aapko jhoot bolna pad raha hai. Don't do that. Don't be dishonest for small things. Okay. You should be able to say, sir, I have been from a very restricted kind of environment. So unfortunately, I got into a company where, they were generally not very, study-oriented group. Yeah. So I have been little, missing classes and all that. But so I lost my mark. So then you should say, the moment I got this, I got this awareness that, I'm losing out on my future, I immediately corrected myself. And
Yes, sir.
I came up. And I'm very happy that I've had this bad experience in my life, which I will never repeat in my life again. This is what I want to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
You got it? Because we all learn from experience.
Okay.
Man is not perfect. Don't think that you are perfect. We are perfect also. Nobody is perfect. That is why in Upanishad we say man is Devasur. Devamsh bhi hai, Asuramsh bhi hai. It's a mixing. So we do expect that the candidate have certain imperfections. We're not looking for perfect people. The problem is that most of the coached candidates kya karta hai? They come and try to behave that they are the perfect people. They are the perfect candidates. They say कि हम दूध से धुले हुए हैं. So the moment you try to project an artificial image of yourself to all the assessors, interviewing officer, GTO or psychologist, we will not like it. That means he is dishonest, he is liar, and I will not like to take you. Because for small things, you got a habit of telling lies. I feel that's not a good quality of a leader. You got my point? So
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know what exactly, I don't remember because, what is the issue you had probably in the SSB. But then I think the good way is to be honest to a certain extent, but don't be too harsh on the honesty also. You got my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
You have to
Thank
little
you, sir.
sugarcoat your answers.
Thank
But
you.
don't tell a lie there. I will not never advocate that
Yes.
the candidate should start telling lies there. And we will not take you. Because
Yes.
we don't like dishonest people. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my name is Saurabh and I am from Aurangabad, Maharashtra. And I have been the cadet of Services Preparatory Institute. That is for the training institute which trains for NDA only. I have given one NDA exam and went to SSB and I was conferenced out. So my problem, not actually problem, but I was a little bit confused since I was not able to crack NDA and I have joined NRTI in Vadodara, National Rail and Transportation Institute. But I have now gained lots of interest in other fields also, like music and other interests. So I'm unable to fixed my goal. Since I have to do CDS also, I have to go to FCAT and I'm unable to fix my goal. So what should be my how should I aim at one thing? And second question is that is there any level of judging any cadet or an NDA or a CDS cadet? Is there any difference between them when any interviewing officer or GTO or a psychologist thing? So that's two of my questions. So.
I will ask your second question. I will answer your second question first, then I'll go to your first question. Logically, it will make sense. You see, your age, suppose say your age is 18, 19-year-old. You are a teenager, right, in the NDA level. Now, naturally, when I select you, when the whole team selects you, we will look at the training aspect of you. So you are in a trainable age now because your age is a teenager's age. So you got many years ahead to formalize your personality and character better manner. So the training aspect, which we call it trainability of the candidate, is taken into consideration when we clear your SSB. However, you look at the CDS guy, he is 21-year-old already, 22, 23. His character is generally embedded. You got it? So his trainability factor is less. He is not as trainable as you. You got it? So the selection standard for CDS is slightly higher than the NDA standards. You understand my point? So we will take the trainability factor into consideration while selecting you as a NDA candidate, but you are being now seen as an IMA candidate. I will definitely make it a little more tight for you because you are a 21-year-old boy now. You understand? So the selection standards are slightly different, but the methodology is same. The way you look at you is same. All the qualities seen are same. The 15 qualities which we see, they're all the same. But we will definitely keep in the back of the mind your age. Age factor is very important for us. You understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the first question. You see, you could not make it for some reasons. How many times you went to SSB?
So one time only.
Only one time, na? So after one time, you didn't put in enough effort once again. It also gives me feelings that you were keen to join the armed forces, but you didn't put a concentrated effort. Because second time, you could have put a concentrated effort. It should have shown that you are passionate the way you are speaking today. But right now, I get a feeling, though you say I am passionate, but you are really not passionate about it. Right now. Now you feel that कि मैं अभी CDS के बाद में देखूंगा. You understand my point? Yeah, FCAT में देखूंगा. So your intensity of the motivation level has come down a little bit. This is one of the reasons you could not go again. That is one point. Second point is, when I look at you, I just spoke to you for 2-3 minutes now, and 5 minutes I've heard you. Your communication skill needs improvement. Your fluency of language is not much. Reason, now you are talking to me, I am stranger to you, so you started stammering a little bit. It also gives me a feeling that you are slightly tense now, so that your thoughts are not flowing correctly. So this
Yes.
would have happened at the SSB also, no?
Yes, sir.
You would have been
Definitely.
stammering in the SSB also,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? So this is one aspect we are going to see, because which we feel there is, we call it, strained expression. We call it strained expression. The strained expression can happen with two things. One is lack of fluency of language. Second is you got a stress-prone mind. You coming under slight stress, not 100% stress, but you are generally a stress-prone guy. You have to get out of this habit. That is why you need a proper trainer to understand you well and to take you out from that gray areas. You need a mentor. अकेला नहीं कर सकते काम. So this is why coaching methodology is very wrong for SSB. You need a mentor. You need a proper trainer to understand where you're going wrong. See, I've just met you 3 minutes only, you spoke to me. But I caught 2-3 points of you which I need you to improve. So
Yes,
you
sir.
stay with me for 2 weeks. I will get into your personality and character, and I get lot many things out of you. And then I will give you the right path for improvement. Na?
Yes, sir.
So unfortunately, most of the candidates are not getting the right kind of mentoring. They get into the wrong kind of training, or probably, preparing themselves, not realizing their own self. So this first question I told you, if you remember a little bit before, I told you the first line, the starting point. What is the starting point? Realization of yourself. We call it self-actualization. The question is very interesting. Who am I? Suppose, say, if I ask you, who are you? What you will tell me? Tell me.
I am a guy very passionate about various things, and I am trying to explore all the things. I want to explore all the things. So I will tell about my hobbies bit.
Your answer is not clear. Your answer is hazy. You have not spoken about yourself much. So my question, when I ask you this question at the SSB also, we ask you this question, you will have to write down in the psychology test also self-description, which is a 15 minutes exercise. So there also you have to say, who are you? You understand? So when I ask you, who are you, what I want to hear from you is what others think about you, like what your parents think about you, what do your teachers think about you, what do your best friends think about you, and what you think about yourself. When you say, what do I think about yourself? What is the answer? What are the strengths of your personality, which you are proud of? What are the areas of improvement you have in your personality, which you need to improve? And also I would like to hear, what have you done already to improve them? तो इतनी कुछ आपको अपने बारे में पता होना चाहिए. If you don't know these things about you, you are not the right candidate for me, yaar. You got it? I'm looking for a class 1 custody officer in the making. The best army in the world. The best officers in the world. There is no let up. Remember this, SSB is not going to come down in their standards. You have to come up to the SSB standard. So when you speak to me in the interview board, abhi to theek hai, now we are just discussing. But when you are there in the interview board, sitting in front of me, I am the interviewing officer, I am expecting you to talk about yourself in a very clear and concise manner. This is called self-actualization. Then I say, yes, this boy knows about himself. He's very close to what he is. I will be having a good impression about you. You got it? So what is personality? You should know what is personality. Personality is, there are so many definitions of personality. But to me, I believe in a very interesting personality definition that when you meet somebody in life, anywhere, okay, including the interviewing officer, when you leave him, what impression you have created in his mind, overall, holistic, that is your personality. So you need to come up to the expected level of my expected personality of yours. तभी मैं select करूँगा ना आपको. Why I should select you otherwise? Tell me. I will not select you, no? So what you need to do now, you are an aspirant and you got a passion. You have to work towards your passion. Don't leave it as a dream. Turn into a goal. So you have 2-3 issues right now I have seen. One issue is you are little stammering sometimes and your power of expression needs improvement and your clarity of thought and clarity of expression is suffering. ये दोनों में आपस में mismatch है. आप कुछ सोचते हैं वो सही तरीके में बोल नहीं पा रहे आप.
Yes.
So when you improve that, you are nearer to success. Any other questions?
Sir, this is Nambi from Chennai. I have a few questions.
Yes, Nambi.
Sir, I have given SSB a number of times and I face this common problem. That is the screening test and specifically the GD part. Being a guy with a feeble voice, I always find it difficult to overcome the other voice at the GD. How to tackle this?
Okay, you know a little bit about your problem, that is you got a feeble voice. So first thing what you need to do is practice to improve your voice control. How to improve your volume? One thing you should do is speak outside, stand outside, talk to people outside. Mostly you practice under a tree so that you know generally you would have seen PPDT happens in a hall, in an open hall sometimes. After that also you will find generally the whole SSB happens under a tree, especially with the GTO, right? So there is a lot of discussions and all happening under the treetops, you know, in the outside. So point is, if you feel that your voice is not reaching up to the audience, you have to practice. There is no shortcut to success here. You have to practice on your voice control. That is one thing. Second thing is, it is not only the same reason, you are not able to impress upon the audience with your points. Okay, so what is the requirement in PPDT you should know? In the PPDT, the judges, who are the judges? All the three of us, the assessors. What are we looking at? We are looking at 3-4 things. One is the quality of your story. Is the story value-based? Can I see you as the main character in the story? Or am I seeing somebody else? That means it's a coach story. If it's a coach story you are giving me, I'm not interested in that. So that is one reason you are not making it. So the requirement kya hai? Firstly, your quality of the story should be good. How do you make your quality of the story good? Firstly, you should need to understand the picture well. You have to put yourself in the picture as the main character and start imagining, if I am in this particular scenario, in this particular scene or a situation, what should I do? Or 2-3 things you must ask yourself. Firstly, who am I? Who are the others in this group? Who's ever standing there in the characters? Third thing is, what am I doing there? What is my gesture? What is my action there? And the fourth question is very, very important. This question is, why I am doing this action? Now, the moment you don't ask this question, there is no need coming out of the story. So you are doing some action there, but then the need is missing, which means there is no need in what you are doing there. Your story has fallen flat. Say, for example, I'll give you a very simple example. You will understand, everybody will understand this point. Say, you find the picture, a boy is talking to 3-4 children on the road. Okay. Now, very famous coach story is, Ram is a NGO worker. One day he was walking on the road. He found some slum children. He decided to teach them, you know, he suddenly decided to teach them alphabet and started giving education. So he took 3-4 hours classes. Somewhere he called them and taught them. And they become very good after that. They become, you know, quite good. You know, later you put them in a school, whatever it is, and they are very happy. Now this story looks nice, but the point here is, will you do this? You will keep walking on a road and suddenly you decided to bloody teach somebody. Have you ever done it in life?
No, sir.
So isn't it unrealistic?
Yes, sir.
You write the story, you feel you are in a very good story. You know, GTO will be very happy, interviewing officer will be very happy to hear my story. No, we are not happy. It shows that you're a very unrealistic person. You are giving me a coach story. I'm not happy because there is no need creation here. Need creation means, will you do such a kind of thing in your life? Is it realistic? Can you just walk in the way and suddenly find few children and start teaching them? So you are becoming filmy. Don't give me Rajinikanth stories. Don't
Sir,
give me
actually,
Rajinikanth stories. Okay, you
I
are
had that
Tamil Nadu.
problem. I am a guy who watches a lot of movie, and the first problem I face is that every time I see a PPTD, I get a film story. This was the problem that I was facing, and it
You
took
know,
me
you are
some
from
time to
Tamil
get
Nadu. I
out of it.
know Rajinikanth story because I am from Kerala. I know Tamil Nadu
Oh,
very
okay.
well. I am from your side, okay?
Okay.
That is the reason.
Ah,
So, Thambi,
so,
what you need to do is
ah,
get out of this filmy world. You have to come up to Mother Earth. Think about yourself, your own environment, what you would do in your own environment, your own mohalla, your own street, your own city, something in your level you can do that is appreciated. So, certainly, instead of doing something, there is no need creation there. I think there is cutting. So there is no need creation coming out. Suppose same story. Suppose say, I say, Ram is staying in a mohalla, staying in a street. There is a nearby neighborhood. There, because of the COVID situation, very poor people, they could not afford mobile phones. They could not afford smartphones, so they could not study anything. It happens or not?
yes, sir.
Online studies can only be happen through smartphone.
Yes, sir.
Poor children cannot afford it. So these children could not study at all because the school could not give them smartphones. Naturally, they don't have smartphones. They can't afford it. So you understood this issue. You took your own smartphone for 1 hour and sat with them, helped them in their studies, and you felt very good that these children are in my neighborhood. उनको मैं बचपन से you are seeing them from childhood. You have a passion with them. You are connected with these children. And they felt very good. In this COVID time, he helped them to come up with the examination and he helped them in their examination. They cleared their examination and everybody felt very good about it. Isn't it a beautiful story? You know, why it's a beautiful story? It's very realistic. Because when you say you gave your smartphone to them, then it is an unrealistic story because then you are telling a lie. You will never do this. But you sit with them for 1 hour and help them to study, it makes sense. It makes sense because you say, yeah, this can be done. Thambi will do this thing. I feel. But the moment you say that you had, given them mobile phones or you are started teaching, strange children on the road, I don't believe you. That means you are telling a lie. That means you are becoming unrealistic. But you teach, in COVID period, everybody was free. You teach your own neighborhood children, whom you know them very well, for 1 hour, helping whatever way possible. It's a possibly realistic story, which I believe in you. Then your story is very good. I appreciate your story. It's got value-based. Now you understood what is realistic and unrealistic stories? You understood this or not?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so this is what is missing. That is the reason you are not clearing screening. This is one aspect. Second aspect is your discussion stage. Discussion also, there is a way of doing discussions because there are 18 people sitting together. They all have their own stories. They are all trying to push their own story into the main story. It's not possible. So there need to have a coordination. There should be some kind of, order in the chaos that you need to develop, for which you need proper training. I cannot really give you the whole experience on these few moments through this Zoom. You need good training here. If you are really passionate, you need good training. Got the point clear?
Okay. Yes,
and
sir.
you can do it. SNE, you can't do it. It is not impossible. It is possible, provided you are in the right lines. That's why I'm telling you, right lines are very important. Your effort should be channelized in the right direction so that you reach the goal. This is very important in life. यही clarity youths में आजकल missing हो रहा है. So you understood my point clearly?
Yes,
or
sir.
you still got doubts? Tell me.
No, sir, nothing else.
A real leader can only lead the other. Now you are coming to your question now. A real leader can train the other leaders, can train the youngsters to become leaders. Now leadership के लिए सबसे important चीज मैं बताता हूँ आपको. This is a very important thing one should understand. A person who is, you know, theoretical in his approach, everything is, you know, he refers some books or asks guidance from others, asks guidance from parents, from some people around you. They are not born leaders. They can't be leaders because they don't do anything with their own independence and freedom of thought. So firstly, for a leader, you need freedom of thought. Secondly, your logic should be strong. Where do your logical mind should come up? From knowledge. Okay. Now this knowledge is generally missing. This is one very important one I want to tell you. When you have the right knowledge and experience, your thoughts are matured. And when your thoughts are matured, you can take independent decisions without depending on anybody, and generally your decisions are correct. So this is the kind of leaders we are looking at the armed forces. And a person who takes responsibility for his actions.
As we have talked about leadership, sir, so let's talk about the opportunities in armed forces. Being an officer is the first thing, but after joining armed forces, what an officer can do and what are the opportunities he or she can have, sir?
So many opportunities. The world is the oyster. You are the pearl. The whole world becomes your oyster. You know, an army officer who is enterprising can go to any extent in the armed forces. His personal growth, his professional growth, his maturity level, there is no end to its growth. There is no end to it. Like you would be going to foreign countries, representing our country in military attaches. You will be going to fetch new weapon systems, learn new weapon systems outside. Definitely you got a lot of venues open, and you would be learning the best technology in the world. Communication technology, computer technology, you name it, army always got the best. So your enhancement of your technical know-how, your personality, everything is going to be many fold improved in the coming days. The moment you get into the armed forces, it's not only army, navy, air force, wherever it is. Now you would have seen girls also are getting permanent commission. Girls are becoming lady officers, becoming pilots for the fighter planes. What else you want? We are coming at par with the girls are coming at par with the armed forces men. So this is a great thing happening. And everywhere there are opportunities. Like lawyers can go into Jack Branch, become army lawyers. Everywhere there are opportunities opening up. One point I want to tell you today is there is huge shortage of army officers. We got 13,000 plus officers shortage in the armed forces only, the third biggest army in the world. We got shortage of officers. Like I told you, na, sheep में कोई कमी नहीं है इधर. हमारे पास shepherds कम है. The body is big, but the head is small. We need to have more officers joining here. Unfortunately, we are not getting the right material. That is why this shortage is remaining. You're not getting the right material. That is why the selection standards are abysmally poor. This is where a good training, a good grooming of youngsters are important. Now there is a mismatch. See, there are a lot of youngsters today. I know it personally because I get every day hundreds of calls. There are a lot of youngsters are ambitious to join the armed forces. They are passionate, they are patriotic, they have that glitter in their eyes to join the armed forces. Unfortunately, their capabilities, their capacity is lacking. So there is a huge mismatch. There is a mismatch for their expectation levels and the reality level. So how to fill up this gap of mismatch? This is the point of concern today. That is where good training academies come into play, good training institutes, leadership institutes come into play. This is where it comes. Like when I started Olive Greens 15 years before, I had this in mind, this issue, how to close this mismatch, how to connect this mismatch. So we made a program keeping this particular issue in mind, and we designed a training program with a lot of brainstorming among our team of officers here, and we did a wonderful job till today. That's what I believe. When we look back, no regrets. We used to every week, churn out the way we teach, not teach, the way we train, and the result. So we have been doing a lot of modification in our training program, basically to give the best possible training to enhance the personality. Not at all on the coaching side. Coaching side should be absolutely avoided. And coaching, you all know, it is by hearting the answers. We don't want a candidate at the SSB also by hearting the solutions and giving out the solutions without giving a thought to it. It is like writing an examination after by hearting the textbook. Ye methodology ab nahi chalenge. You need to change your methodology of learning. So Yogesh, I want to tell you today, you and my respected audience, very important one thing, Yogesh, I want to tell you today. If you want to become an armed force officer, I'm not talking about anything else. It's very, very important to groom yourself in 3 stages. 3 stages. The first stage would be your general awareness improvement and communication improvement. Because when we talk about a personality, it's like a building. You want to make a beautiful building, which is durable for say 100 years, 200 years. First important aspect is to make a solid foundation. If the foundation is fragile, can you make a beautiful building? It will crack down, isn't it not? You look at Taj Mahal, 600 years. Why it is standing there? Solid foundation, solid foundation. Foundation is so solid, it can withstand any kind of earthquake also. Same thing happens to personality. If you cement your foundation strongly, then the personality build-up is easier for us also when we do the training, and it is going to be durable throughout your life. Now, what is that foundation? This is very important thing. The foundation of a good personality is very good general awareness and good communication skill. Now, इसका भी explanation देना चाहता हूँ मैं. General awareness means 3 things. One is GK, that is general knowledge. Second is current affairs knowledge. And third is good observation about the environment. Connectivity with the environment. Own environment के साथ में connectivity कैसे है. So ये तीनों को आपको improvement करना बहुत जरूरी है. And it is not possible these days because the youngsters are totally getting addicted with this mobile. This mobile is oozing their energy down. They are disconnected with the world outside. They are totally into virtual world. They don't have time to connect with the people around you, and they don't have real good friends also. And they don't connect with anything happening outside. And they feel कि ये general knowledge वगैरह जरूरत ही नहीं है हम लोगों को, क्या करना है? And SSB के लिए हम बोलते हैं यार general knowledge चाहिए, they feel यार ये तो बड़ी पत्ती बंद हो गया, पढ़ना पड़ेगा भी. Now they are learning general knowledge like a textbook. So this is why the results are not coming out. You have to take it as a passion to understand what is happening. You have to embrace the awareness. And second thing is communication skill. Now communication skill, gentlemen, is not speaking English always. It is not that. Hindi English mix करके बोलो. अब मैं कैसे आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ? It should be the same way. Communication means connecting with the other person. Put your thoughts in a sequential form so the other person understands it. उसके लिए आपको बहुत ज़्यादा English बोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. This is again a misnomer. A lot of people think that communication skill is speaking very fluent English. It is not so. SSB may be, when you come here, we don't expect you to speak 100% English. Please understand this point. हवा बना के रखी है लोगों ने. We are wanting you to speak fluent language, Hindi, English mixed together also, no problem. But it should be convincingly impressive. When you speak, others should listen to you. For which you need to speak louder. You can have gestures also. You can even move your hands the way I'm moving. There's no problem. But don't make a drama there. And don't stammer when you speak. And give the right connotations, right modulation of voice. ये सब चीज करना पड़ेगा. अब कहाँ से आएंगे? You have to practice. क्योंकि हमारे normal life में ये होता नहीं है. Same person who is very talkative otherwise, उसको बोलो 10 बंदे के सामने खड़ा होकर बात करो, बोल नहीं पा रहा है. You know why? Because they're not used to it. They feel self-conscious. They feel little stage fright. So ये remove करना पड़ेगा आपको. So what is the solution? Stand in front of the mirror and speak. Read loudly newspapers so that mental block of speaking English should go out of your mind. Third thing is Put your friends, मोहल्ले में कुछ लोगों को पकड़ो, सामने बिठा दो, भाषण दे दो उनको, talk to them, connect with others. So unfortunately, today's youth also have an issue. They are disconnected with the people around them and normally becoming an introvert personality. They don't trust anybody around them. They keep their feelings within themselves. They don't even discuss with others. They don't share their feelings with others. They don't share their thoughts with others. So what will happen? Your personality has become introvert. Inwardly, it is getting decayed. Such kind of persons, youngsters who are introverts in nature, genetically bhi ho sakta hai, but mostly the environment makes a person introvert. Such persons, when they come to SSB, we don't clear them. Because an introvert person cannot become a leader in life. So isko bhi aapko change karna padega, for which also you need training. Yeah, awareness to chahiye na. So general awareness is a very important thing. This is a platform on which you can construct your personality. ये चीज लोगों को पता ही नहीं है. And you can't read general knowledge like a textbook. This should be a habit. It's like eating food. रोज खाना खाते हो, सोते हो, इसी जैसे आपको जनरल अवेयरनेस आपको एक आइटम बनना पड़ेगा. You have to be natural with that. Same thing with the language. You have to embrace the language. You have to love the language. Then the language will love you. Language is like a girlfriend. You love her, she will love you. You got it? ऐसे नहीं पीछे पड़ जाएगा तो भाग जाएंगे वो. You got it? So you should know, the youngsters should know how to treat the language. Start loving the language.
Yes, sir. You speak very well about the communication skills and all. And I believe that our aspirants and those who are the part of this have got a lot of knowledge and experience from what you have said. And sir, I thank you for coming to our platform, giving your precious time to our defense aspirants out there.
Thank you very much. You see, I've been getting many inquiries on knowing some personal thing and all. But I would request you. I don't my institute's name is Olive Green Institute. I am not doing a commercial advertisement here. But what I want to tell you is somebody who is sincerely wanting to become armed force officers, but their route is not very clear to them. I feel I can do a good job on this because I have been doing this for a long time. And mostly I'm quite happy the way we can groom the candidates. My website is olivegreens.co.in. Okay, they can connect me through the Olive Greens my website, because in my website only ऊपर directors करके हम तीनों directors के नाम लिखा हुआ है. My name Colonel Ashokan, then Colonel DJS Chehal, Colonel Rajendra Singh Gadok sir, then Madam Nanu Singh. She is our chief psychologist and CEO. सबकी नाम उसमें है. You can speak to us whenever you require. That is one thing. And my telephone number is 9316016788. It is my WhatsApp number. Anybody who's got questions and anything want to connect with me, they can connect, because I make it a point to answer them if possible.